Hey, Vsauce. Michael here.
This sentence is more than enough for you guys to know exactly who we're talking about today. But how did Vsauce take very boring school lessons and turn them into 2 billion views? It's actually a very simple formula, but to understand it, we need to go back in time. June 24th, 2010. The channel Vsauce started doing just gaming content, and the first series to ever blow up was called LUT. And it was basically amazing things you can buy off the internet. It wasn't until late 2011 that they started doing their science documentary style videos. And when they switched their content and content strategy, something clicked and they were able to blow up Vsauce, and they now have Vsauce and Vsauce 2 and Vsauce 3. So today we're focusing on Vsauce 1, or just Vsauce. And what makes it so special? We're gonna be analyzing their channel to see how they blew up doing scientific content, which is inherently boring for a lot of people. Watching their top performing videos, you tend to see a trend. And there are 3 elements in each of his videos that make them blow up. And through this video, I will show you exactly what they do and exactly how you can do the same. And it all starts with an idea.
What if every single person on Earth jumped at the exact same time? Why do we kiss? When are we gonna run out of names?
The first element of their videos is leveraging curiosity to get the click. When you look at the Vsauce video library, all of their titles and thumbnails are so audacious. The questions are so weird that you cannot help but click. Like this video where Michael tells you that this is not yellow, or this video where he talks about why things are creepy. And because the titles or thumbnails are so audacious and so curiosity inducing, you cannot help but click. But element 1, getting the click, is just 50% of the work. There's the other 50% of getting people to watch. And this is where Michael's second tactic comes into play. And all it takes is one visit to a high school to realize how difficult it is to teach science and to retain kids' attention. But Michael apparently does it amazingly. Michael takes a seemingly boring topic and leverages 4 things to make it very interesting and to keep the person retained towards the end of the video, which sends signals to YouTube that this is a great video that people love to watch. The first thing is the animation and visuals of the video, because it's not just Michael speaking at you, he re-engages you by having different animation and different visuals come up. Michael doesn't lecture, but he uses his narration style and he adds some comedy to the mix, so it's much more entertaining to watch than just a regular science lecture.
In 2003, researchers did the measurements and found that Kansas is in fact literally flatter than a pancake.
He uses analogies to explain all the different topics, so it's easier to understand and it's more digestible for a wider audience.
We already know that not everybody sees color in exactly the same way. One example would be color blindness. But we can diagnose and discuss these differences because people with the conditions fail to see things that most of us can.
And finally, and actually most importantly, is that each part of the video builds off the last part. So let's say the video has 8 parts. Part 2 builds off from 1, and 3 builds off from 2, etc., until you get to the 8th part, where you get exactly the answer of the question that you clicked for. But these tactics are enough to give you several million views. Coupled up with their third tactic is how you get to the billions. Vsauce and Michael make sharing about the viewer.
Whenever you share a video, whenever you share anything, a few of the attributes of that thing reflect back onto you. So I have found that one of the best ways to gain attentive listeners is not to be who you think your audience wants you to be, but instead to say and make and show things that allow your audience or your students to be who they want to be.
But what does that even mean? Let's say you watch a video called "What Color is a Mirror?" and you've learned something and you find that interesting. You then take that video and share it to all your friends and family, not just because you want them to find it interesting, but you want them to find you interesting. So sharing is basically you putting out yourself to the world, and the things you share are parts of yourself. You share a picture of your dog because you want to show people you're a dog person. You show pictures of your graduation or work achievements because you want to show people what you've achieved. And you share certain videos to show people those aspects of your personality. And Michael makes it very easy to do that. And the best thing is, the content itself is evergreen. What Color is a Mirror is a video you can share 5 years ago and 10 years into the future. So the video keeps getting traffic. And that's why videos that are 8 and 7 years old on the Vsauce channel still bring views to this day. And it's that system of getting the click, making people watch towards the end with your retention strategy, and then making them share it to other people that also do the same is how Vsauce was able to grow to such massive heights.
Calculating the weight of a video is kind of a funny question, but I cannot wait to see what we ask and answer next.
And this video is actually inspired by this comment, so if you have any creators that you want me to deep dive on, feel free to add them in the comments and I'll be sure to make a video on them in the future. And if you're going to leverage any of the Vsauce tactics that were mentioned in this video, you might also want to watch this video to show you exactly how to stand out while doing that. Because you can create the best content in the world, but if it's not unique, no one will want to watch it. I'll see you guys in the next one.